the Lord said to me, Esther, you're not going into Cape Town. You're going to stop outside Cape Town and you're going to pray for the city because it's not behaving like a mother city. It is not a pink city. The world has labeled it a pink city. He says no birth is coming from the city. He said to me, but you won't tell your husband because at this stage it was you that wanted to know. And if I want to know something now, I don't force God's hand because I was pushing him because people were pushing me. And I realized if you push and in favor of man, you're going to get hurt. For about 2 weeks, I had to walk without my husband knowing. He thought, we're going into Cape Town. Whoa, we're going to see the sea. Just before we stopped outside Cape Town. I didn't know it was my last day that Marcus and I were going to walk. A whole lot of eagles started to fly across us. And I said, Marcus, this is awesome. God is with us. That night, we were in a guest house, which I cannot explain to you. It was elaborate. It was, God had put us into the most amazing places. I never slept outside in the bushes. I had food every day. I didn't lose much weight, but I had a burden to carry, and that was South Africa. And it was the worst burden you can ever carry. If you're carrying a baby, you must know it's going to get heavy. Right at the end, when we spoke to the people the night before, and they said to us, so where are you guys stopping? And I shared with them and I said, but God said we're going to stop before. The next day she had to go and see people, customers of hers. And as she was riding up the mountain, God had given me a dream of the mountain. I saw it. I knew what I was going to experience. I was anticipating to find that mountain, but I didn't have transport. We were walking. That was our job. When we got to walking the next day, this lady, it was a divine appointment for her with Jesus. She was riding up the mountain going to her client. The next minute, an eagle swooped in front of her car. Now, if you know eagles, they don't easily do that. And it just led her up, and she followed this eagle, and it took her all the way up to a retreat, a Christian retreat, which she didn't even know was existing. And she stopped, and she remembered the dream that I shared with him the night before. And she saw the pathway up the mountain like I explained it. Why am I telling you these stories? Because they're real. It's not an imagination when Jesus comes to speak to you. We have a problem that we don't believe him. When he tells you to do something, we always say, did I hear him? When I got to Cape Town, it was awesome. God said, 3 days, fast like an Esther. But he says, this time I give you a choice. Either it's grapes or water. I didn't know I was going to be on a grape farm. He put us on a grape farm. So what did I choose? Grapes. And they were the sweetest grapes I've ever tasted. Have grapes for 3 days and tell me how you feel. It's sugar rush. So I went to the tap thinking it's going to be okay, I can take water. And he said, I didn't say you can have water or grapes. I said, make your choice, and you made it. Why am I telling you this? Is because when God gives you an assignment, everything he gives you, he prepares you. Even if he says that if I can entrust you with small things, I can entrust you with bigger things. Those grapes were the small things. Fasting is a small thing maybe. 1 day, 2 days. Praying 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's no different. My walk, my whole walk is like a reflection to my future. If you want to be blessed by God and you want to be used by God, don't worry about the thorns. What I mean by thorns is it's not a story that Esther's going through. But remember what I told you. My fingerprint is not yours. You were born. He knew you when you were in your mother's womb. Think about that one.